With public transport, shall we say, not as attractive as it used to be, the bike has become the favoured way for a whole new wave of cyclists to get around town. But be you first-timer or old-timer, safety will remain a major worry. Well, surprise, surprise, our old friend technology has a few gadgets which claim to help. Take this Garmin's Varia bike light. It's half light, half radar. It's a really simple idea. You have your phone or your bike computer strapped to your handlebars like this, and the radar in here, as a car approaches behind you, gives you a visual and audio indication that it's doing so. Now, the question might be whether or not that is a good substitute for listening with your ears, but it's an extra bit of awareness of what's going on around you. But you might also, when you're buying one of these, want to take into the account that it costs £170. Some much needed reassurance or a classic bit of tech over-design, you decide. It's not just bike lights which are going smart, of course. There's also smart helmets, or smart airbags as the hoofding likes to describe itself. Put it over your head, zip it up, and then activate it. And now, as I'm cycling along, if I have an accident and fall off, it will sense that and it will inflate to protect my head. We've had this on the programme a few times before, but this is the latest generation and comes with an app. Of course it does.
We'll be able to collect data of the life of everyday cyclists in the tens of thousands of hours and provide that to cities around the world who are looking for ways to improve the safety of cyclists in their city.
Cycling accessories getting connected is a big trend then, and bringing them all online opens up some interesting possibilities. This is the Seasense light. It came out of a Kickstarter campaign, and what sets it apart from your standard light is that it's smart.
The light uses an accelerometer to monitor its environment up to 800 times a second. The type of data that we're bringing into that analysis is things like the condition of the road, the orientation of the cyclist, the cadence, their speed, the braking.
What this means is that the lights do some clever things while you're cycling. On the front light, as you're going around a corner, they seem to flash at a different speed, and equally with the backlight. As you are slowing down, for example, it acts a lot more like a brake light than a traditional bike light. But if you pair the light with a phone, the user gets some extra features. If you've got one on your bike and you say go and get a coffee somewhere, leave your bike outside, and someone tries to make off with it, you get an instant alert to your phone, which can be quite useful. In exchange, your cycling data is uploaded to the cloud, so Seasense can analyse how people are cycling. One place that's been experimenting with this is the City of London.
There are some really interesting examples that have come out of this already. One is in relation to which bridges people are using, where this data is showing that on London Bridge, for example, compared to Southwark Bridge, the user experience might be less good because on Southwark Bridge there is a better cycling experience in terms of the braking and less swerving, which could indicate a propensity for accidents and things.
Data helps politicians justify logical decisions because they can show that they are logical, and it helps planners make decisions. If you measure where cyclists go now using Seasense lights or apps or watches, whatever it is that you use, you're measuring what they're doing now. So you can't go, oh, well, that's where they want to go, so I'll build infrastructure that protects people who go there. Well, they might be going there because the place they want to go is a two-lane motorway and they just can't. So careful interpretation of the data is as critical as gathering it.
The humble bike light then has turned bike accessory makers first into tech companies and now into data analysts. All that cyclists will care about, though, is that some of this will now genuinely help make the streets of our cities safer to ride.